Hey, what's happening, everyone? It's Lawrence Ross, and before I get to this video, I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers out there. Currently at 266. My ultimate goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers and hit the 4,000 watch hours milestone so I can start getting monetized. I'd like to do this as a bit of a side thing, so if you guys could, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. It really does help out the channel. I know that sounds kind of silly, but hey, look, it works for other guys, so why not for me? I want to talk about a couple things that are just absolutely just bugging the living daylights out of me. Only two things. Number one, this trend of 6-7. Gonna give that one to you again one more time just so the generations out there understand what I'm talking about. The trend of this nonsense of 6-7. That is all it is. It's just a passing fad, really. And don't generations realize that once older generations try and latch on to what the new generation is saying, eventually the newer generation gets tired of it because the older generation has stepped in and has now started saying it. So eventually they will move on, further widening the generation gap. And I'm telling you this, I've decided to boycott Pizza Hut until this 6-7 trend has concluded. These flights because I saw this commercial the other day, and it was a Pizza Hut commercial, and the commercial, the person goes, 6-7. And I'm like, what the heck? So now it's seeped into advertising. Let me just say this. I'm 38 years old. I do not say 6-7. I just say, if I'm counting, if I got to say 67, I'll say 67. I don't say the numbers separately like it's nothing. But there was actually a George Carlin line 50 years ago on one of his albums where he goes, Nobel Prize in Mathematics has been offered to a college professor in California. He has invented a new number. The number is bleen, which he claims belongs between 6 and 7. I wonder what bleen would even look like. Now, the other thing that's really bugging me, the influx of commercials of Liberty Mutual. I've talked about Doug and that emu on this channel before, but I'm going to do it again. And I think all of this nonsense of personification of animals trying to cross over to the real world into commercials in regards to insurance companies, I think it can be traced back to Geico. That's right. Geico with that gecko who sounds like a horrible Stewie Griffin impression, by the way. And then they threw in Maxwell the pig. He was just as annoying as him. And the one that really irked me was that stupid camel going around the office going, Hey, Mike, guess what day it is, Mike? Mike, guess what day it is, Mike? Okay, if I was the CEO or the head of that company, whatever the top position is I could get at that place, if I was there and I was a witness to that for a couple of weeks, after maybe a month or so, I would say, okay, ladies and gentlemen, mandatory meeting with all personnel. Gather all of them in there and say, okay, gonna make this quick so we can all get back to work. Who is the individual around here who brought in the camel? Who is it? You? Okay, well, guess what? Pack your stuff up. Get out of my building. It is not an emotional support animal. It's not a service animal. Get it out of here. Your numbers have been going down anyway. You're expendable. Get out. You and that camel. Out, out, out. Okay, everybody, back to work. Thank you very much. And in regards to Liberty Mutual with that Doug guy and that emu, I would just like to see one commercial where Doug has to carry the whole thing by himself. No emu, no background stuff, just him trying to pitch the company. And furthermore, is somebody ever going to investigate that emu in regards to if he's a real service animal? Why is he always with Doug? Does Doug have some sort of anxiety disorder or some sort of crippling, debilitating illness or some sort of problem where he absolutely positively has to have that emu with him at his side 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? I'm thoroughly convinced that emu is a fake service animal. Fully convinced. Here'd be a great idea for a Liberty Mutual commercial. Have Doug get busted for that. That would take him away for a while. And besides, let me give you a little pro tip for you. That Doug guy, he is not that good looking. He really isn't. He is not that good looking. Really. And same with Jake from State Farm, too. That guy has got to be the biggest corporate shill ever. He is such a yes man for the company. I know he's an actor, but sheesh. Anyway, I've said what I've said about this. I'm Lawrence Ross, and thanks for watching. And I'll see you later.